There was one moment that returned ARMY's attention to Jungkook and Jimin. Amid the excitement of BTS's Baltimore Day 1 concert, the two were seen sharing a look that many fans considered so different from ordinary moments on stage. It only lasted a short time, but the expressions and timing of the two made the moment instantly the subject of conversation among fans. BTS concerts always bring a lot of surprises. In addition to spectacular vocal performances and choreography, spontaneous interactions between members are often the most awaited part of ARMY. Not a few small moments that actually later became a big talk after the concert was over. So, it was with what happened between Jungkook and Jimin on the first day of the concert in Baltimore. When the stage atmosphere was filled with the energy of thousands of spectators, the attention of a number of fans was actually directed to the two members. Jungkook and Jimin appear to be in one area of the stage, then look at each other in a moment that seems brief, but feels intense. There are no long dialogues that are clearly audible in such moments. There is no specific statement from both of them that explains what the meaning of the gaze is. But precisely because of this, the ARMY began to have various interpretations of each of them. For some fans, the gaze may just be a natural form of communication between two group mates who have been working together for a long time. For other fans, the expression on their faces felt so emotional that it made the moment look special. And this is where the furor begins. Baltimore Day 1 highlights. The first day of the concert in Baltimore became one of the opportunities for BTS to return to provide a great experience to the fans. Like the previous concerts, the atmosphere of the venue was filled with cheers, ARMY bomb lights, singing along, as well as the incredible energy of the fans. In the midst of this atmosphere, every member's movement on stage is of course a concern. Jungkook, known for his ability to liven things up through his vocals and performance, is back in the limelight. While Jimin also shows his charm with a distinctive stage style, strong expression, and the ability to interact with the audience. But at one point, the attention of cameras and fans seemed to find something different. Jungkook turned his attention to Jimin. Jimin then replied to the view. Did not last long. But for ARMY, a few seconds can mean a lot when two of their favorite members show spontaneous interactions on stage. The sound of the crowd is getting louder. For those who witnessed firsthand, the moment became one small part of the concert that felt hard to forget. A quick glance that immediately becomes attention. What exactly makes that look so interesting? One of the reasons is the facial expressions of both. In a number of stage moments, BTS members often see each other to communicate about positions, timing, or simply give spontaneous reactions to what is happening. But when Jungkook and Jimin do, fans often pay extra attention. This time too. Jungkook seemed to notice Jimin, while Jimin responded with a look that made fans react immediately. Some said their expressions looked like they were sharing a little joke that only the two of them understood. The two of them seemed to be supporting each other before continuing the show. While some other ARMY chose not to give the interpretation too far and consider it as one form of natural chemistry between the two members who have been performing together for years. Whatever the interpretation, one thing is clear. The moment managed to steal the show. ARMY directly talk about it. It didn't take long until snippets of concert moments started to become the talk of social media and fan communities. Some ARMY highlighted how Jungkook seemed to be looking for Jimin's presence on stage. When their views finally met, the expressions of the two were deemed enough to make the fans lose focus from the main appearance. Enthusiastic comments also appeared. Some fans said they had to replay the footage because they weren't sure what they saw the first time. Others said that they initially focused on choreography, but then their attention shifted to the brief interaction between Jungkook and Jimin. There were also fans who joked that it took them a few minutes to refocus after seeing the moment. This is one of the hallmarks of BTS fandom. Small moments that for others may seem ordinary can be great memories for fans because they have their own emotional context. Why are Jungkook and Jimin's interactions always interesting? Jungkook and Jimin have been through a long journey together as part of BTS. Over the years, the two have shared many stages, rehearsals, trips, interviews, and various experiences as members of the group. Therefore, their interaction on stage often looks very natural. They do not always need long conversations to communicate. Sometimes it's just a smile, sometimes a nod, sometimes a small pat on the shoulder, and sometimes just a quick glance. For people who don't follow BTS's journey closely, it may seem simple. But for ARMY who have watched the group travel for years, such little body language can feel much more familiar. That is why the moment in Baltimore is again in the spotlight. Fans saw two members who were already very used to performing together and found a spontaneous interaction that felt warm. It's not just about the look. If considered more widely, actually the attraction of the moment is not solely because Jungkook and Jimin look at each other. What makes it feel special is the whole atmosphere of the concert. Thousands of fans filled the venue. The music goes on. The stage lights changed. BTS members continue to move along with the flow of the show. And in the midst of it all, there is one brief moment when two people who have been working together for a long time seem to notice each other. The contrast between the grandeur of the stage and the simplicity of the interaction actually makes it feel more interesting. No special effects.
No announcements.
There are no clearly planned scenes. Just a look. But sometimes it is such moments that fans remember most easily. Jungkook and Jimin seem comfortable with each other. One of the things that ARMY also paid a lot of attention to was the comfort of the two when they were on stage. Jungkook and Jimin have performed together in so many situations. They understand the rhythm of the performance, know when to switch positions, and are used to adjusting to the movements of other members. These years of experience make their interactions often seem far-fetched. When one member does something spontaneously, the other member can respond immediately. This is part of the dynamic of a group that has been working together for a long time. Therefore, when Jungkook and Jimin exchanged glances in Baltimore, it was quite possible that the moment was a natural form of stage communication. But of course, fans are free to enjoy the moment from their respective points of view as long as they do not turn interpretations into claims about the personal lives of both. Jimin's expression came into focus. Not only Jungkook was noticed. Jimin's expression after realizing Jungkook's gaze was also part of the moment. Jimin is known as a very expressive performer. Small changes in his facial expressions are often easy for the camera to catch. In that Baltimore Day one moment, fans noticed how his expression changed when their views met. Some see it as a spontaneous response. Some thought Jimin looked like he was holding back a laugh. But without a direct explanation from Jimin, there was no way to know exactly what was really on his mind at that moment. And precisely this uncertainty makes fans even more curious. Jungkook also did not escape the spotlight. Jungkook himself also seemed to really enjoy the concert atmosphere. As one of the main performers of BTS, he has many parts that demand high concentration, starting from vocals, choreography, to interaction with the audience. But among the various activities, a brief interaction with Jimin became one of the moments that captured the attention of fans. To some ARMY fans, Jungkook's expression looked like someone was making sure his partner was okay before returning to the show. The interpretation is uncertain, but it makes sense when viewed from the habit of the performers to give each other signals during the performance. A big concert is not just about singing and dancing. There is a lot of nonverbal communication going on stage. Gaze, hand gestures, Baltimore holds many emotional moments. BTS concerts are often a meeting place for the energy of performers and fans. The members gave their best performance, while the ARMY responded with singing and cheering. In such an atmosphere, emotions can arise very easily. Even a small smile can mean a lot. A wave of the hand can make a fan cry. And a look between members can be a moment that continues to be talked about after the concert ends. Therefore, it is not surprising that Jungkook and Jimin's moment in Baltimore received great attention. The fans didn't just watch the show. They also keep a variety of small details that make the concert experience feel personal. Was the look planned? Another question that arises is whether the interaction is indeed part of the choreography. The answer cannot be ascertained only on the basis of pieces of video or photos. Members can respond to each other based on the situation on stage. Sometimes something that was not originally planned becomes precisely the favorite moment of the audience. If Jungkook and Jimin's gazes did happen spontaneously, then it shows how both of them were able to adapt to the stage situation. If it turns out to be part of the choreography, it's still the moment to show their ability to bring the show with a convincing expression. In both cases, the ARMY still had an interesting moment. Fans began to replay the recording. After the concert was over, fans certainly did not stop talking about it. The video clip began to be watched from various angles. Some ARMY tried to see Jungkook's expression. Others focused on Jimin's response. Some noticed the reaction of the audience right after the two looked at each other. The habit of replaying recordings like this has become very common in the K-pop fandom. One video can be watched many times only to find small details that might have been missed while watching live. And this time, Jungkook and Jimin's gaze became one of the most noticed details. They just looked at each other, but the ARMY was still excited. Interestingly, not all fans consider the moment to have a romantic meaning. Many soldiers actually remind that two members who have been together for a long time are certainly natural to see and communicate with each other. They can support each other as group mates. They can share jokes. They can ascertain the position of each other, or just enjoy the stage moments. All such possibilities are much safer than making conclusions regarding their personal lives. But as a spectator, fans can certainly still enjoy the chemistry seen on stage. This is what makes fandom so alive. One moment can have many interpretations. Chemistry that has developed over the years. Jungkook and Jimin have a long history as part of BTS. During the group's journey, they have gone through various phases. From the early days of a career, growth in popularity, world tours, awards, individual projects, to challenging periods. All of those experiences formed professional relationships and friendships that were evident when they were on stage. Chemistry doesn't always mean romance. In the context of a musical group, chemistry can mean the ability of two performers to understand each other's rhythms. It can mean trust. It can mean comfort. It can mean knowing when to give space and when to approach to support the appearance. And that kind of chemistry is often seen in Jungkook and Jimin's interactions. Why is the ARMY untouchable? ARMY isn't just following BTS's music. Many fans also follow the members' journey as individuals and as a team. They see how BTS grows over time. They see how the members support each other in various situations. Therefore, when a simple moment like a gaze appears on the stage, fans can feel nostalgia for the long journey. The gaze itself may only last a few seconds. But for someone who has been following BTS for years, those few seconds can bring back a lot of memories. That's the reason why fans' reactions sometimes look so emotional. Small moment, big impact. One of the strengths of BTS performances is their ability to make the audience feel involved. When the members looked at the audience, ARMY felt watched. When members interact with each other, the audience feels like they are witnessing their natural side. And when spontaneous moments occur, the concert experience becomes even more memorable. Jungkook and Jimin's moment in Baltimore is an example of how something small can have a big impact. No need for dramatic scenes. No need for a long conversation. Just one glance caught on camera at the right time. After that, the internet does the rest. The ARMY has its own interpretation. Among the reactions of fans, various interpretations arose. Some felt Jungkook was encouraging Jimin. Some thought they were laughing at something that was happening on stage. Some say that the expressions of both show a sense of comfort as colleagues who have been together for a long time. And of course, there are also fans who think the chemistry is very strong and makes them vapor. But it's important to remember that fan interpretation is interpretation. Without a direct statement from Jungkook or Jimin, there is no basis to ensure that a gaze has a particular personal meaning. What we can say for sure is that they were indeed seen looking at each other in a stage moment, and that moment managed to attract the attention of many fans. There is no need to always have an explanation. Sometimes fans are too busy looking for the meaning of every idol move. But not all moments have to have a hidden meaning. Jungkook probably saw Jimin because of the show part. Jimin probably retaliated because he realized he was being watched. Or the two may simply share a knee-jerk reaction to the concert atmosphere. It's all part of the live show. Precisely the ability to enjoy the moment without having to force conclusions is one of the best ways to appreciate the work of idols. ARMY can enjoy their chemistry without having to specify what their personal relationship means. Baltimore Day 1 and New Memories. Despite the various interpretations, one thing that cannot be denied is that Baltimore Day 1 provided many new memories for fans. Concerts are not just about the final song or the main performance. Memories are often formed from small details. Smile member. Greetings to the audience. A small mistake that invites laughter. Spontaneous interaction. And, of course, a brief look that later became the subject of conversation after the concert. For the ARMY who were present in person, the moment may be one of the parts they will tell others about. For fans who could not attend, recordings from other fans became a way to feel the atmosphere of the concert. Jungkook and Jimin stay focused on the show. Behind all the talk about the gays, the most important thing is still their appearance. Jungkook and Jimin came on stage to give the best performance. They must maintain vocals, choreography, stamina, and interaction with thousands of spectators. Every concert requires great concentration. Therefore, small interactions between them should be seen as part of the dynamics of the show, rather than automatically perceived as a hint of something bigger. Fans can enjoy the moment while respecting the privacy of both. Moments that prove the power of live performance. There is something different about a live concert. Unlike perfectly edited music videos, concerts make room for spontaneous events. The camera can capture something unplanned. The audience can see the natural reaction. Members can respond to each other directly. And everything happened only once at that moment. That's what makes the concert special. Jungkook and Jimin's gazes became interesting not only because of who was involved, but because the moment happened live in front of thousands of people. There is no chance to repeat the time. What remains is the memory of the audience. The ARMY cannot move on. After the concert ended, the talk about the moment did not seem to stop. Many fans again looked at the video and discussed the details of the expressions of both. Someone enlarged the screen. Something slows down the video. Some compared it to their interactions at previous concerts, while others simply enjoy the moment without trying to find further meaning. All of these reactions point to one thing: Jungkook and Jimin have the ability to attract attention through simple interactions. That's one of the reasons why the chemistry between BTS members has always been an interesting part of the show.